Coach Garland. First things first, welcome to the Walsh Ironman again.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's been this is my 18th season at Virginia and 24 years total. So I was trying to count today how many of these I've driven to as a recruiter, and it's probably 18 of them.
Yeah.
Maybe 17, something in that ballpark.
I know you like to catch up with some of your former athletes too.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Hey.
I want you to defend what you have
I'll
built.
tell you what, I use it every day. Use it every day. Look, no worm. Sweet.
You're not really a used car salesman to lie about that. That's yours. That is yours.
I'm literally dead serious.
No, that's
I use
the
it every
thing.
day.
That's yours.
Like my wife gets pissed.
That's your
'cause
travel. That's
all
your
I
travel.
use is Defense soap stuff.
There it
Yeah.
is. Now you got that. Listen,
But yeah,
you
I saw my boy Ross from Blair Academy, and I'm trying to hunt down Gus Seiko, who's at St. Ed's, is one of my guys. I got a lot of my dudes running around, so it's cool.
and Ross is the head coach
At Blair.
At Blair.
Yep.
They won a lot.
Yeah, they're doing okay. Yeah.
What was he, a 33 for you?
Ross is 25.
25.
Yeah.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, that's back when I was pissed and vinegar too, so I used to wrestle every day.
He used to wrestle a lot.
Yeah.
Gus and I did a podcast the other night, and he talked about you a lot. Talked about when he was a 33, short-lived 33, and then he went up to 41, and you were like, oh, you're a 33.
Yeah.
And then
I was
Nelson
wrong
got
on
hurt, he said.
Yeah, I was wrong on that.
You were right. He let me know. He let me know that you were
Then
wrong.
he got even bigger. He got huge, and he was the 7th seed at Nationals at 49. I think would have been an All-American that year. Should have been an All-American, but he tore his hamstring, got a concussion that year. It was kind of crazy with injuries, but stud, total stud. One of my favorite guys I ever coached.
Good guy, worker, right? The business is thriving
Yep.
for Defense Soap, so that's got to feel good. It's got to
for
feel good
sure.
when you see
Yeah.
Ross at Blair, and then you see Gus
we
at
just-
St. Ed's and Defense. It's great, right?
Well, we just had a board of trustees meeting last night. It was like a dinner that all the coaches got to be at, and that's the big thing our athletic director talked about is the impact that we have on our guys. And she specifically referenced a kid by the name of Matt Schneider, who's now a doctor at UVA Medical, who was Gus's teammate. Who, it's just crazy how it's all come full circle. I used to work out with him every day, helped him get through Virginia, do all this stuff. Now he's a big-time doctor doing pediatric cancer research. It's amazing. So yeah, Gus, the same thing, running his own company with his dad and living his dream.
Due to some horrifically stupid NCAA rules, you can't mention any recruits' names.
Yeah.
You signed one of the best guys in Ohio, pound for pound in the country, I think. I'll say it, you can't. Max Shula, unbelievable, killer. We're just going to follow rules here today, but
Yeah.
when you get a guy like that, what are you looking for in other recruits here to
Any-
come?
Him or anybody. It's. I think the biggest thing is I'm a top wrestler guy. That's how I made a living in college. I was able to make the finals because of top. I'm man enough to say that now. It wasn't because I was so great in other positions. And so for me, I try to recruit guys like that. I want to recruit guys that are good on top, recruit guys that can turn you, not just ride you, but turn you and pin you. I mean, look, four back points, right? Riding time. I mean, it's a big deal in college. So I think I'm looking for that, not just with a guy like him, but anybody. So, but yeah, I actually can talk about Max because he's officially signed his.
Oh, you can?
He's a National Letter of Intent guy.
So that stupid
I
rule
can.
doesn't apply to him.
Not to him, but so I'm really pumped for Max. Total stud. Looks jacked, by the way, out here.
Yeah,
He's
he looks
looking great.
first team All-State football player too.
Stud.
Did you see that?
I actually went to one of his football games this year. I drove out there and watched him. He looked amazing.
It's pretty wild because
Yeah.
they got a good
As you
tradition
can
at the
see, I
South.
wasn't a football dude.
You were not. You were
I was
not.
out
You-
of my element at that game.
Coach, to be fair, you're an NCAA finalist at 125 pounds, so we know. And then to other guys that I talk to, that they say really great things about you, man. Why do your guys love you so much? Why do I don't hear horrible things about Coach Garland? He's a used car salesman. He just wants you to wrestle. I don't hear those things. I hear I love that guy. I used to want to do whatever that guy told me. I'd run through a wall for that guy. Why are you so beloved?
Well, man, I appreciate that. It actually means a lot to me. Well, I think there's plenty of people out there that probably hate my guts, but the guys you're talking to, that means the world because relationship is... My why changed in 2008. Everything changed in my life in 2008, and then everything changed, go figure, from... Once they changed inside, they changed with the way I treated people, and they changed with the relationship I had with the kids. And so I think it's been getting better and better since then. And I just love my dudes, and I think that's it. Probably just spending a lot of time and I guess investing in them off the mat, because everyone's coaches say that, but we actually mean it at Virginia. We actually truly do care about these guys in other ways, and we share truth with them. We do a lot of hard truth meetings in my office over the years, and I think they don't appreciate it in the moment, but all those guys you're probably talking to really appreciate that now.
You've been in this 20 plus years as a college coach, right?
Yeah.
How much longer do you see yourself doing this at such a high level, right? Like, you've been in it. That's hard. This is a young man's game. We know that. You're not getting on the mat and grinding 5 days a week anymore.
No.
How much longer can you be effective and be a high level coach?
Man, that's such a good question. This is year 24 for me. I mean, God willing, I'll do it as long as I can. But you hit the nail on the head. I have to be able to make an impact. If I'm not making an impact, then and I'm not being a good steward of the opportunities and the gifts and talents and the relationships God's given me, then I shouldn't be doing it at all. So that's when it'll end, is when I'm not making an impact anymore.
You're still making an impact.
Well, thanks, dude.
And you're getting recruits too.
Yeah,
That's
we need
good.
those. Yeah,
You got to have those.
need those.
I saw one of the most intense moments of your life, actually. In my life, I've never seen another person so intense. When I've been to the Olympic Games, the finals, the World Championships, the World Cup, I've been to
I know where you're going.
every high level thing, right? Like, I saw in Madison Square Garden an
Keep
absolute crazy. I'm sorry to bring this up, but when George lost
In the
to,
blood round.
he lost in the blood round by a match he was winning.
Yeah.
Right? And it
Yeah.
was a last second turn. And I've never seen you more upset in my life, but you guys fixed that. You fixed that. George makes the NCAA finals
Yeah.
the next year.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Those two different moments. The moment George gets beat by, which was one of the Rousers.
Yeah.
Rouser
yeah.
UVU beats
yeah,
him
he
in a.
was beaten 7-0.
Yeah. It was winning by 7 points going into the third period.
Yeah, well, I think everything you just said, this whole interview comes together there. That's my guy. I mean, I'm like this with George. I mean, I'm talking like, I literally drove up here for his 30th birthday.
He's my
party.
neighbor.
Drove 16 hours just to be at his birthday party. Like, that's how close we are. That's right, yeah.
He's my neighbor. He
Yeah,
lives
and
right.
so-
Like I would drive by his house every
So
day.
when he lost, it was like a piece of my heart being torn out. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say I couldn't breathe. I was so
Dude, you were.
upset.
I was like, you were physically like ill.
I was like,
it was
physically,
wild.
like, I was literally wandering on New York City at 2:00 in the morning like a zombie because I didn't know where to go. I couldn't go back to my room, so I was just wandering. So, but then, yeah, to your point, the good news though is we righted the ship, and the next year he's NCAA finalist. And to see that moment when he hugged his parents in the semis after he won to make the championship match was, I mean, one of the best moments of my life. Yeah.
Barring death of a loved one, right? Have you ever had a lower moment than that moment in Madison
Not
Square Garden?
I mean, professionally, I would say the only thing that's ever come close is when Aiello, and I'll just say it on camera, when Aiello got completely screwed against the young man from
Yeah, in Detroit.
Yeah,
And that was really
one of the
bad.
worst- one of the
We talked
worst.
there after that too.
That was bad, but that was more anger than hurt. Because that one was out of our control. I mean, you can't control bad calls.
George's was like watching someone drown.
George just,
It was like watching someone drown. It was
right,
crazy.
Yeah. Now, but again, George, if you watch this, you figured it out. The next year, you blew us away. It was amazing. So the moral of the story is you can come back from something like that, and look what he did. So,
Was the high the next year when he wins in the semis as low as that low?
yeah,
would
I
you
would say so. Yeah. I mean, I think those are the things that give you more life. You mentioned how long I'm going to be doing this. That gives you more life in the game, I think. You know, seeing him hug his parents after he won in the semis and him hug me on ESPN in the semis. And, you do the interview afterwards with everybody and just how the joy in his face and how, I mean, it was just a beautiful moment for me. You're like, oh, I can do it. We're ready. We're back. We're back, baby. Let's get on the road, start raising some more money, you know?
All right, you have anything else for me? Listen, it gets
love
so
you.
intense with you. It's so crazy. It's nutty. I
just
love it.
appreciate you, man. And thanks for the defense soap.
Yeah, well, that was Gus. Thank Gus when you see him. Coach, thank you for the time. Go Who's.
Go Hoos.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks, buddy.